So filing your Companies House accounts. This is when you have to file your accounts. Typically, your limited company will have 12 months, and then you'll have a deadline again, typically around 9 months after your year end, your accounts need to be filed. Now, they have got some information on Companies House website, really useful, but I had a look at their video, which was super useful. So what I'm going to do is an accountant reaction video. So I'm going to watch this in full, and then I'm going to pause it and talk it through with you. So let's go ahead and do that. So I'm going to go to the beginning. Here we go.
Companies, private or public, large or small, trading or non-trading, must send accounts to Companies House every year. If your company is dormant, you'll still need to file accounts, even if you don't need to file with HMRC.
Now, just a quick point on this. They talk about even if you don't need to file with HMRC. So Companies House, you would file accounts, profit and loss, balance sheet, that kind of thing. And then with HMRC, you would file typically CT 600, which is your tax return, corporation tax return. Now, if you've got a dormant company, you may not need to file that. But what you definitely want to be doing is contacting HMRC by phone, or you want to send them an email, or you want to just file the CT 600 anyway. Now, even if we have dormant accounts for our clients, we will still file the CT 600. Why do we do this? Because it gives us a record that we've tried to tell HMRC. If you contact HMRC and they ignore your phone call, or they do not administer it correctly, you could still be issued with a penalty. So phoning them, email is great, but preferably still file the CT 600, even if it's a zero tax return, just for peace of mind. We have seen so many times that HMRC ignore phone calls and emails. So I want you to avoid these late filing penalties if you can.
As a company director, you're personally responsible for making sure we get your company's accounts on time. If you miss your filing deadline, your company will get an automatic late filing penalty. The penalty for most companies could be between £150 and £1,500, depending on how late the accounts are filed. The penalty is doubled if your accounts are late 2 years in a row. Penalties for public companies could be much more.
Now, just on that point, I know that many of you do not want to pay for accountants, and I get it. It's more expense than you have. But I've also seen so many companies that are filing way after the deadline, which means that you're going to be issued with this potentially £3,000 anyway. So isn't it better to get an accountant? I'm just kind of positioning it that way, because filing a company account may cost you between, if it's dormant especially, you wouldn't need to do the CT 600, but you still need to file the accounts with Companies House. Dormant accounts can be done quite cheaply by accountants, to be honest. So sometimes giving yourself the peace of mind that it's done correctly is the right thing for you to do.
It's a criminal offence if you don't file your accounts, and this can lead to a prosecution in court. You can find out when your accounts are due on our Find and Update Company Information service. Just search for your company name or number. You can also sign up for our free email reminders. Our email reminders will let you know in advance when your accounts are due. You can register up to 4 different email addresses, including your accountant. Even if you have an accountant who files your company's accounts for you, you're still personally responsible for filing on time, so it's a good idea to know your deadline.
Not just deadline. I have to say that you are also responsible for the financial data that's in those accounts. So just because you're using an accountant doesn't mean you're off the hook if something's completely wrong. If you're a bit kind of, yes, I've had a quick look at the accounts, they look okay, but then there is a blaring obvious mistake in those, and Companies House making an investigation, or indeed HMRC open an inquiry, and it's proven to be wrong, it is you that is going to be held responsible. So please, whatever you do, work with your accountant to understand the numbers that are in there. So have a look and say, hey, I don't understand the profit and loss. Can you just walk me through it? What's this number on this balance sheet? What does a liability mean? Really get a good understanding, work with your accountant to have that solid grounding, that education, because then you will become more aware of what's contained in these accounts.
It's sensible to file your accounts well in advance of the due date, just in case there's a problem and they get rejected. Even if the date falls on a weekend or bank holiday, your accounts must still be filed by that date to avoid a late filing penalty. There may be times when you cannot file your accounts on time because of exceptional circumstances outside of your control. You can ask for more time on gov.uk, but you must apply for an extension before your account's filing deadline.
And don't stress, asking for a deadline, extending your deadline, is not a scary thing to do. So it's something you can do yourself. Within 5 minutes, you will get through to the website, put in the details of why you're extending or requesting an extension to your deadline. But more importantly, you will get an email, I would say typically within 3 days, of them saying, yes, that's fine. You have that extension. I don't see too many times when they say, no, you can't have an extension. So just give you some comfort, peace of mind that that is okay. So hopefully that was useful. But if you want more help with your limited company accounts, please book a 10-minute discovery call with us to see how we can help you.